I'm meteorologist Alex Calamia with an 8 o'clock in the morning update on this Wednesday on Tropical Storm Elsa. It's looking healthier this morning. Overnight, it pretty much entirely fell apart. It went from hurricane status back to tropical storm status. A lot of dry air was in the center. I mean, there was no thunderstorm activity there, but now look at those red cloud tops. That's an indication of the cooler cloud tops that we see with thunderstorm growth, and it's happening right at the center of a storm. So just before landfall, this storm is taking advantage of some of the warm water right off the coast of Cedar Key, Florida. It's going to make landfall likely just north of Cedar Key. Winds have been relatively mild and modest as far as gusts go. We have seen some bigger gusts in the Tampa Bay area, up to 50 miles per hour. In Cedar Key, we had a 48-mile-per-hour wind gust as of 8:30 this morning. That was the highest gust there for the day. So the 8 o'clock in the morning advisory still showing 65-mile-per-hour winds, but the pressure has dropped. So that means we have noticed some strengthening. The National Hurricane Center likely giving that estimated pressure drop to 999 millibars because of some of that thunderstorm flare-up that we have seen overnight. So that's the big change. It's stronger there. Sometimes the wind will also increase when pressure drops, so we'll see if we maybe get back up to 70 miles per hour. Could we get up to hurricane status before landfall? Can't totally rule it out. We only have a few more hours so before that happens. The next full advisory, including an update on the track, that's going to be at 11 o'clock this morning. So something to keep in mind. A lot of heavy rain right now pushing through north central Florida. This is between the Ocala, the Gainesville area, Lake City. Had some tornado warnings earlier, so some bands of really heavy rain on I-10 this morning. So this is what it's going to look like, the projected radar as we head into the afternoon, taking this heavy rain into Georgia. Here in South Carolina, the Midlands will stay mainly dry this morning. We'll see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with the daytime heating, and then they'll dissipate right around 7, 8 o'clock, only to return when Elsa gets closer. So this is the heavy rain from Elsa. The latest model guidance brings in some pretty decent heavy rain bands overnight tonight into the early Thursday morning commute. So from about midnight into about the 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning hour, we have to be aware of the potential for localized flooding in the Midlands. The Western Midlands has a much lower chance of that, but the Central Midlands, that includes the Columbia Metro, into the Eastern Midlands towards the 95 corridor, has the potential for some heavy rain and maybe an isolated stronger or severe thunderstorm. Then this system moves farther north. So that's been the trend if you were sleeping and just waking up with Elsa, is that things are trending a little bit westward as it moves inland. So this puts more of South Carolina in play here in the Midlands for heavy rain, and it actually even puts parts of the northeastern cities in play for some pretty decent heavy rain. So that hurricane warning still in effect for the very, very close areas of landfall. Even though it's not a hurricane yet, there's, of course, that very slim possibility that it does regain hurricane status. Then you have the tropical storm warnings in effect just for coastal South Carolina. So even though the center will track over the Midlands, it's only with that easterly onshore flow that you could see the tropical storm force winds. So we're not expecting things to be anything more than breezy here in the Midlands as far as wind goes, but rain will be an issue. With the pop-up showers and thunderstorms, some of us could see half of an inch of rain today. This is through 10 o'clock this evening before Elsa even arrives. Then Elsa arrives overnight, delivers an additional 1 to 2 inches plus in spots. Notice a lot less in the upstate, a lot less as you head into Newberry, Saluda County. So it's going to be that hit or miss thing. So that's one model trend. The other model trend, this is the HER model, brings in some really significant rainfall totals right along the Interstate 95 corridor, over 2 inches there, then up to an inch toward the Columbia Metro, a lot less as you head into even Lexington, Lake Murray area, and toward Newberry and Saluda, barely anything on that model run. So a couple of miles going to make a difference. Elsa is a very east-loaded storm, so if that center passes right over the Midlands, the west side of the center is going to get virtually nothing. So these are the headlines to know. It's heavy rain that we're looking at. It's mainly overnight tonight, but we have to watch out for that possibility of a severe thunderstorm. So before you go to sleep tonight, make sure you have your phone nearby you. Watch out for alerts. Of course, you can even keep News 19 on, because we will break in if there is any severe thunderstorm that's worth breaking in for. If there's an isolated tornado, we'll be here all night to make sure that that is something that you're aware of. So again, the timing for Elsa impacts likely 10 p.m. to 9 o'clock, but of course we're going to be seeing some pop-up showers and thunderstorms before that this afternoon with the humidity, and then pop-up showers and thunderstorms for the extended forecast with the summertime daytime heating. I'm meteorologist Alex Calamia.